You weren't chosen because you were special. You keep telling yourself that, but deep down, you know the truth. You were chosen because you could be replaced. They never said it out loud. They didn't have to. You saw it in the room. Dozens of people. Same posture, same silence. No one talking. No one asking questions. Just waiting. To be picked. Not selected. Picked. Like numbers. You remember the tests. Not all of them. Just fragments. A heartbeat in your ears. Too loud, too fast. Control it. A voice behind you. Calm. Unimpressed. You tried. You really did. But your hands were shaking. Not because you were weak, but because you understood what this meant. This wasn't a job. This was something else. Something you couldn't name yet. They put a rifle in your hands before they even told you why. Cold metal. Perfect balance. Too perfect. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. You followed, like everyone else, because no one wanted to be the one who failed first. Days passed. Or maybe it was just one long day. Time didn't feel real there. No windows, no clocks, no outside. Just instructions, corrections, silence. They didn't motivate you. They didn't inspire you. They observed you, like you were already being evaluated for something final. Again, miss. Again, closer. Again, hit. No praise, just a note on a tablet. You started to understand something. This wasn't about becoming better. It was about becoming consistent, predictable, reliable, not human, useful. One night, or what you think was night, you couldn't sleep. You stared at the ceiling, listening, not to sounds, but to the absence of them. No voices, no movement, no life. Just a quiet that felt wrong. And that's when the thought hit you. If you disappeared right now, would anyone notice? Day 7. At least, that's what they told you. You're ready. You almost laughed. You didn't feel ready. You felt unfinished. But they didn't ask how you felt. They never did. They handed you a file. No name, no background. Just a face. And coordinates. A destabilizing element. That's all it said. Not who he was, not what he did. Just a label. A reason to pull the trigger. They moved you fast. Too fast. One moment you were inside. Next moment, you were lying on cold concrete. Wind brushing against your face. Real air. For the first time in days, it felt like you could breathe again. But your chest was tight. Not from fear, from pressure. Because this was real now. Not training, not simulation. A real bullet. A real person. A real consequence. Set up. The voice in your earpiece. Flat. Distant. Like it wasn't even talking to you. You adjusted the rifle. Checked the distance. Adjusted again. Your hands weren't shaking anymore. That scared you. You found him. Through the scope, a man on a rooftop, just standing there, not hiding, not rushing, just existing. You watched him longer than you needed to. You don't know why. Maybe you were waiting for something. A weapon, a signal, a reason. But none came. Take the shot. The words landed softly. Too softly. Like they'd said it 1,000 times before. You didn't move. Your finger rested on the trigger. You could feel your heartbeat again. Slow. Heavy. Take the shot. You exhaled. And for a brief moment, everything became quiet. Too quiet. Like the world was holding its breath. With you. And then, you pulled the trigger. The recoil hits your shoulder, but you barely feel it. Your eye stays on the scope. You don't look away. You tell yourself it's procedure. Confirm the hit. But that's not why you're still watching. You're waiting for something to change. It doesn't. The body drops, just like that. No drama, no resistance, no last moment, just gravity. Mission complete. The voice returns. Same tone, same emptiness. No acknowledgement, no reaction, like nothing happened. You slowly pull away from the scope. Your hands are steady, too steady. That bothers you more than anything. You expected something, guilt, relief, anything. But there's just nothing. And that nothing stays with you. That night, you try to remember his face. You can't. It's already fading. Like your mind is helping you forget, or forcing you to. You close your eyes and see the moment again. Not the shot, the second before it, when you were still deciding. That moment feels longer now. He didn't look like a threat. He looked like someone waiting for something. Just like you. You open your eyes. You don't sleep. The next mission comes faster. No delay, no rest. Like the first one never mattered. Like it was just a test. New coordinates uploaded. No briefing, no explanation. Just another point on a map. You move, because that's what you do now. You follow instructions. You don't ask questions. At least, you try not to. This location feels different, louder, not in sound, but in movement. Cars, lights, people. Too many variables, too many things that can go wrong. Set up. You take position. Higher ground, partial cover. Your body moves automatically. Adjust, measure, breathe. Everything feels familiar, except you. Target approaching. You bring the scope up. Scan. There. A man walking down the street. No rush, no panic, just walking. Confirm visual. Confirmed. Your voice sounds distant, like it's not even yours. Awaiting instruction. A pause, longer than usual. Then, take the shot when ready. When ready. That's new. They never said that before. You track him. Your crosshair follows his movement, steady, controlled, and then he stops. You adjust slightly, zoom in, closer, closer, and that's when you see it. A small hand, wrapped around his fingers. A child, walking beside him, laughing. You freeze. Your breath catches. No, no, this isn't right. This doesn't match target profile. You whisper it, quiet, controlled, professional, but inside, everything is breaking. Command, confirm. No response. You wait. A second, 2, 3, nothing. Command, respond. Static, just a faint, empty noise. Like a disconnected line. Your heart starts to race. Not fast, heavy, each beat louder than the last. Command, silence. They're gone. Not delayed, not busy, gone. Your grip tightens. You look back through the scope. The man is still there. The child is still there, unaware, unprotected. And suddenly, you understand something you weren't supposed to. You are not being guided. You are not being supported. You are not being watched. You are on your own. And whatever happens next is on you. Your finger rests on the trigger, but now it won't move. Because for the first time, you're not sure what you're supposed to do. Your finger doesn't move. It can't. Not this time. Not like before. You stay on the scope, but you're not aiming anymore. You're watching, trying to understand, trying to find the mistake. Because there has to be one. There's always a reason, a pattern, a logic. That's what they taught you. But right now, There is nothing. Just a man and a child, and you, breathing, waiting, alone. The silence stretches, too long, too heavy, and then something moves. Not in front of you, behind, a reflection. You don't notice it at first, just a flicker, a shift in light. Your instincts react before your mind does. You adjust the scope slightly. Angle changes, focus sharpens, and then you see it. Another rooftop, another rifle, another scope, pointed directly at you. Your chest tightens, your breath disappears, not fast, gone. You don't think, you know. You were never alone. You were just first. The realization hits harder than fear. This was planned. The silence, the missing command, the hesitation, all of it. A test. No, not a test. A filter. If you complete the mission, you're useful. If you hesitate, you're a risk. And risks get removed. Your hands finally move. You lift the rifle, but not toward the target, toward the reflection, toward him, the other sniper. For a brief second, your scopes align. You see him clearly, calm, focused, empty. No hesitation. No doubt. Everything you were supposed to become. Everything you failed to be. Mission integrity compromised, the voice returns. But now, it sounds different, colder, further away, like you're already gone. Secondary unit active. Secondary. The word echoes, over and over. Secondary. Not primary, not essential, replaceable. Your finger tightens, not in panic, in understanding. You were never meant to survive this. You were meant to try, to prove, to fail, if necessary, so someone better could finish it. The other sniper doesn't wait. He never needed to. You see the flash, a brief spark of light, and then nothing. No sound, no impact, just black. A slow inhale, not yours, but it becomes yours. Your eyes open. Light, too bright. White ceiling, no sky, no wind, no rooftop, just a room, cold, silent, controlled. You try to move. Your body responds, but it feels delayed, like it doesn't fully belong to you. Good. A voice. Real. Not in your head. You turn. A man stands beside your bed. Uniform. Tablet. No emotion. Recovery successful. Recovery. The word doesn't make sense. What happened? Your voice is slopky, dry, uncertain. He doesn't look at you. He looks at the screen. Unit 47. Performance within acceptable parameters. Unit. Not name. Not person. Unit. You sit up slowly. Your head spins. Your memory feels incomplete, like something is missing or removed. You look around, and then you see them. Other beds, other bodies, moving, waking up, just like you. Same slow confusion, same empty expressions, same silence. And then your eyes stop. Across the room, a glass wall. Behind it, a training area. Clean, organized, familiar, too familiar. A new recruit stands there, holding a rifle, hands slightly shaking, trying to control his breath. You feel something in your chest. Not pain, recognition. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. The instructor says it. The same words, the same tone. You've heard this before. You lived this before. And suddenly, it all connects. The missions, the silence, the second sniper. You weren't the first. You weren't special. You weren't even necessary. You were part of a cycle. Test, deploy, replace, over and over. Your chest tightens, not from fear, from truth. The man beside you finally looks up. For the first time, he meets your eyes. You'll be reassigned. Reassigned. Not released. Not free. Just moved. Like equipment. Like inventory. He pauses. Then, almost casually, try not to hesitate next time. Next time. Your breath catches. There is a next time. Of course there is. Because this never ends. The recruit behind the glass lifts the rifle, aiming, trying to be steady, trying to be enough, just like you were, just like all of you were. And you realize peace was never the goal. Control was. And you're still part of it, whether you choose to be or not.